Thanks for joining us. The fate of two Confederate monuments in a Madison cemetery is in question.
City leaders are meeting tonight to hear from the public about what they think should happen to the monuments. Our Rose Schmidt is live at the Warner Park Recreation Center, where city leaders are expecting a possibly heated meeting tonight. Rose?
Well, Susan and Eric, inside this building, as you said, 3 city commissions are holding a joint meeting. They're expecting to hear people from across the state, not just here in Madison, talk about why they think the Confederate monuments should stay or go. The monuments in question have a long, complicated history. This area inside Forest Hill Cemetery is known as Confederate Rest. Confederate soldiers who died at Camp Randall are buried here.
They were prisoners of war, mainly from Alabama. They were conveyed here in 1862. They were injured when they got here. They got poor medical care. They were suffering from malnutrition. They died pretty quickly. 2 monuments were placed in their honor. The big one was installed in 1906 using funds from the United Daughters of the Confederacy. The inscription is, "Erected in loving memory by United Daughters of the Confederacy to Mrs. Alice Waterman and her boys." The smaller one was placed in the 80s. This is what it looked like before Mayor Soglin had it removed last August after unrest over Confederate monuments in Charlottesville, Virginia, where one person was killed.
There was a plaque that was put in the 1980s. 120 years after the end of the Civil War. And it was something that never should have been there. It has no historic value, and it's simply an insult to our community.
There's differing opinions about what should happen to the monuments, whether they're removed from the cemetery, have the words United Daughters of the Confederacy removed, or left alone. Levitan, the chair of Tuesday night's joint meeting, says it's not the language on the monuments that's in question, but rather the symbolism of what they stand for. As far as we can tell, there's nothing on the monument that extols the soldiers as heroes or their cause as noble or valiant. The plaque, which Mayor Soglin removed, did have that offensive language. It referred to them as noble heroes. The fate of the monuments lies in the hands of 3 city commissions who want to hear from the public before they make any decisions. Well, Mayor Soglin is recommending that the larger monument stay where it is, and he wants the city to install an additional monument detailing what he calls the true history of the United Daughters of the Confederacy, including their connection to Jim Crow laws. Now, Levitan says that the commissions don't plan on taking any action tonight, but he does hope that they decide something by March.
Rose Schmidt reporting live. Rose, thank you.